The perfect requirements. So let me use some diagrams to illustrate my thinking process here. I'm actually a big fan of using, diagram and visuals when it comes to explaining concept. And some of you might be familiar with that diagram because it has been around for a bit. As you can see on that diagram, all the stakeholders on the project have a different understanding of the requirements. Look at how the business analyst designed that system. It's hilarious. But there is a beauty in that illustration. As you can see, all the stakeholders are using the same graphical elements to explain how they understand the requirements. Look at this. Right? There is a picture, so all are using a picture. The picture is actually of the same size. Right? There is always the same tree, and even the colors are the same. Now, unfortunately, on real project, people are rarely using the same graphical elements to describe how they understand requirements. Look at this representation, right? The product owner will give you, for example, an Excel spreadsheet with requirement specifications. Right? Your project lead will translate those in user stories and epics. Right? Your business analyst will then draft business process diagrams. And your programmer will use entity diagram at best, right? Because sometimes they even go into if statements that look like code. So how can we get to perfect requirements when all the stakeholders are using different notations? So for me, the perfect requirements don't exist. In my opinion, the closest you can get to perfect requirements is when all the stakeholders have a shared understanding of those requirements. Let me repeat. The closest we can get to perfect requirements is when all the stakeholders have a shared understanding of those requirements. So to get to a shared understanding of requirements, we need that common picture with the same graphical elements, the same colors. So what I often use on my project is what I call a conceptual diagram, which is effectively built by the whole project team from the ground up and used and tweaked throughout the project, which effectively helps to build that shared understanding of requirements and also helps foster a shared vision for the system you are implementing. And then, of course, from there, you can have additional, details using user stories and acceptance criteria, using entity diagrams, using walkups and wireframes, and so forth, and effectively complement that shared understanding, that high-level vision that is drafted in that conceptual diagram. So, do you agree that the perfect requirements don't exist? I hope you enjoyed this video. And if so, give me a like or a comment on my LinkedIn post. Bye.